So now we're on to the flea market stuff. This first group of items that I bought cost me $2, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. First thing I picked up is this Gillette Super Speed one-piece razor in the case, and I think it's got some razors in it. Yeah, I don't know if my dad's got these or not, and if he does, I'll probably just sell him with this. This is got some Durex stainless blades in here. So again, I paid $1 for this. These sell for about 25 to 30, so that was a really good pickup on my part. Hopefully I'll have this listed by the time you see this video, so if you're interested, you can just buy it directly from me. I am going to clean this up and make it look better than it does already. So this is probably going to go through the sonic cleaner, and then I'll make sure this case is pretty much sanitized by the time you get this if you purchase it. So that was a good pickup for $1, and I learned that from Dad, so thank you for that. About the razors, I mean. Now again, these were $1. There are 4 of them, so 25 cents a piece. I think this may be due to the fact that I found one of these at a vendor mall not that long ago. So I believe these came in cigar boxes back in the day. These are Kewpie. I've seen ones that have a flag on them that come from the cigar boxes. So I found 4 of them with Kewpies on them, and as you can see, it says Rose O'Neal circa 1914. So these are from the teens, so these are over 100 years old. They're very cool, and I think I'm going to add these to my ephemera book. So we got this one where they're shooting targets. Target practice is what I would title that one as. This little guy here looked like he just came back from cherry picking, maybe? Again, marked Rose O'Neal, 1914. Just very, very cute. This would be cool for like a fall display, maybe. Now this one kind of scares me a little bit because we've got a boy Kewpie about to cut off a girl Kewpie's hair. Like, why would you do that? He looks like he's up to no good. Sorry, girl Kewpie. This one is really cute. This one, he's gardening, and he is, I guess, raking a pot as if it were a big field. So again, these don't go for a lot of money, but they are very, very fun and just innocent. That's probably why I like them so much. Again, all of these were marked with 1914 on them. They're just really neat, and to pay $0.25 a piece for those, like, that is a really good deal. Okay, so this is a very fun piece of my childhood. If you don't know what this is called, this is a video now. And you play these little DVD discs on this little player here. Now, of course, back in the day, we didn't have smartphones where kids could watch their favorite television shows whenever they wanted. And so these were a fun little gift. I remember getting one of these for Christmas one year. And then they came out with one where you could watch the episodes in color. So my grandmother bought those for us for Christmas one year. And I paid $10 for the whole lot. I might toy around with it and play with it for a little bit before I sell it. But these do sell really well because they are a Tiger Electronics toy, quote unquote. And I've got a lot of discs. And the lady that I got this from said that this was her daughter's. I think her daughter's only a couple years younger than me. So she took really good care of these. I know I didn't take very good care of mine, at least the discs anyway. Because over time, it would fuzz up and you couldn't even watch it and you had to restart the darn thing. But I paid $10 for all this. And I think this is going to definitely do really well, considering it's all in pretty good shape. Now, there are a couple of duplicates on of the discs, so... But I think that just kind of helps add to the value of it. And I might be able to get away with shipping this media mail because it's mostly DVDs, but I don't know, maybe not. We'll see. Okay, so this was a very fun pickup. I paid $10 for it, and I think altogether this next group of items I'm going to share with you all came to about 25 bucks, and you'll see why. So this was a really, really fun pickup. I think this is a lobby card for the Shirley Temple movie Stand Up and Cheer, starring Shirley Temple, obviously, James Dunn, and we've got the lovely Madge Evans over here. And I know this is a little controversial nowadays, but Aunt Jemima was also in this. So this was a really fun piece. As you can see, it's not perfect. I mean, it looks like a rat chewed on that or bugs chewed on that over the years. But this is definitely an authentic lobby card, and I love finding Hollywood stuff like this, especially because this is from the 30s. Shirley Temple did do a lot of movies with James Dunn. She did Stand Up and Cheer with him. I think she did Baby Take a Bow with him also. But it's just really fun, and yeah, I love this kind of stuff because it just doesn't survive, as you can see. I mean, this one thankfully was saved before anything happened to it. And the guy that I bought this from did an estate sale, I think, out in New Jersey, where a guy had a bunch of these. He sold off a lot of them at the sale, but he had some that were left over. He quoted me, I think, like 150 bucks for each of them, and I think he had like 10 of them, which individually 15 bucks a piece was a great price, but I didn't know much about them. And this is the only one that really stood out to me because it's Shirley Temple, of course, and I know a lot about her. So I felt that that was a very fair price, $10. So the other thing that I got from this guy, this came out of a huge group of cards that he sold for like 150 bucks after I dug out of it. So it's just one of those little nautical sailor cards or for Valentine's Day. I just thought that was cool, and you all know I love the nautical theme, so this kind of fit me to a T. And he'll likely go in my ephemera book. And this was really cool. This is from Columbus, Ohio. It's probably just a dime store toy. It says, "For those who do very little yachting," and I think it's just supposed to be like a novelty, like naughty item, because it's so small, and there's like a little compass in there, and some oars, and like a little manual for being a yachtsman. So that's just gonna be a junk jar item, because that's cool. I'll look it up just to see if it's worth anything, and if it is, I might put it up online, but if not, just a junk jar item. So this is really cool, and I do like circus stuff to a certain degree, and my mom likes it a lot. So I found this Ringling Brothers circus program from 1951. Sorry, Misty, if you don't like clowns, but that's right on here. Here's a cute little dainty, fun little pinup girl advertising Lucky Strike cigarettes. I will scan these in for you all like I did for that one really fragile circus pamphlet from 1930, so that way you all can see these better. And there's one other page that I want to share with you all that I thought was really, really cool. Let's see. And it kind of really helped date this one particular item. Misty, I think, had one of these in one of her live sales a while ago. It's a 7-Up bottle, but it's got that really cool bubble girl on it. I love this bottle, and I've been on the hunt for one, so I was really, really excited to get this because I absolutely love that look, and that's definitely something I would put in a display. So I thought that was really, really fun, and again, sorry, Misty, if you're watching, but that is a clown, and I know you don't like them. Now, this last item for this group is really, really cool. It is... Ooh, didn't realize that was in here. I got a Ward's department store catalog, a Christmas one from 1959. Now, this one is really hard to open, because as you can see, the paper is rather fragile. But again, just awesome, awesome graphics. There's a few color pages in here, nothing too special. See, it's hard to open up. But I will, again, I'll pick some pages out of here and I'll scan them in so you guys can see them. But yeah, I could not leave this behind, especially because I found that other one from 1963. So this was definitely a very fun find. So this next group of items cost me $2, so I got 3 things for that price, so that's 66 cents each. I got 2 photographs, and I know these are original because of the stamp on the bottom and the back. So I can't figure out who these two are. That almost looks like Ginger Rogers, but it probably isn't her. Oh gosh, who else did I think this was? It's not Carol Lombard. I'm sure if I do a Google Lens search and I figure out who it is or who these two people are, I'll put it right here. And if not, you all can let me know in the comments section. But that's one of the pictures. And then here's another one. Same girl, and then this guy. This almost looks like one of the Marx brothers. But like I said, I'm no expert, so I don't know. But I thought they were very fun. I have a few other Hollywood photographs that I want to put into my ephemera book. And I might show that to you all one time. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to try to share that with you all. Now this was really, really fun, and you all know how much I love Elvis Presley. So I found his Don't and I Beg of You 45 in overall good condition. I mean, this is a vintage album, so it's not going to be perfect, and there are scratches all over it. But I think that's supposed to be Nipper, because it's for RCA, and I think he was the mascot. I remember my grandmother had one of those stuffed animal Nipper dogs from the 80s, I think, on her mantle, her fireplace mantle, for many years. I think she got him in the 80s, and then she just displayed him forever until she passed away, and then we got rid of it because it wasn't worth a lot of money. But I thought this was really cool, and you all know Elvis holds a very special place in my heart because Dad was born on his birthday, and my grandmother was a huge fan, and I remember during my childhood, she had a Sirius radio, and she played nothing but Elvis music. So on the way to work, on the way home from work, she just loved Elvis Presley. So these next two items I paid $3 a piece for, so $6 total. I just thought this was super, super fun and very, very saucy for 1940. I think that's when this is from. Yeah, February 11th of 1940. It's a Valentine's beach goddess. Beach goddess, just beach babe. And I thought this would look great in my nautical themed room. Loving the beach, loving vintage pinup. This fits me to a T. It looks like someone had this in their shop for a while for 12 bucks, and of course it didn't sell because it was $12 for a magazine cover. So paying $3 was still very fair. I love her, and she would look awesome framed. Now it is wrapped in a shrink wrap, and unfortunately, me being the idiot I am, and having it crammed into the bag I had it in, it ripped in the corner, but it didn't rip the actual page, it just ripped the seal. So I thought that one was really cool. Alright, and the next piece that I got for $3 from that same person is just a picture of Betty Grable dressed in a showgirl's uniform, or showgirl costume, and I just liked it. I love Betty Grable. She had the $1 million legs of World War II, so she definitely is a very iconic pinup girl. Very pretty lady. I definitely like her look better in the 40s, if you ask me, like the late 30s into the 40s. But yeah, I love this, and again, this is probably going to go into my ephemera book with all of my other Hollywood stuff. If you all follow Alex from Chapter 2 Vintage Co., you all know that she collects the vintage birthday angels. I found her another one, and this one only cost me $1. It's for August, and I think this is from the 1960s, judging by the angel's hairstyle. The flower itself appears to be intact, nothing's broken off of it. There are no repairs to either of the wings or to the head itself. It does have a foil made in Japan sticker on it, but it's in really good shape, and it's yellow, and I don't think she has this one. And for $1, I couldn't say no. So this last group of items came from multiple vendors, and yeah. So the first thing I'd like to share with you all for this lot is this really cool matchbook from Red Lobster. It was 25 cents. It's intact. It's probably from, I don't even know, 60s, 70s maybe. I just like the image of the lobster on there. I just thought he was really cool. So yeah, that's another junk jar item. This is a vintage G.I. Joe outfit. It's one of those jumpsuits. It's got the G.I. Joe Hasbro Hong Kong outfit on them, so I don't know if this is genuine from the 60s or if this is like a 70s item. I will look this up just to see if it's anything special. I think I only paid like $2 for it, or maybe even $3. I can't remember. But it was a good enough deal to where I picked it up because I know somebody out there who, or I know that somebody out there is looking to have original G.I. Joe accessories, so I thought picking that up, and maybe even if I get $15, $20 out of it, I'll be happy. So this I paid $1 for. It's a vintage Swan door knocker. It's got an original 77-cent sticker on it. I would say this is probably from the 60s or the 70s. Probably something you bought at a mom and pop hardware store back in the day. So yeah, that'll probably be $15 maybe, depending on how much it goes for. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that, I had to sneeze. Whew, that was a hard one too. So this next group of items cost me $1. They're these little horse-drawn carriages with the horses on them, and I think this one's broken. The carriage itself is metal, and it is made by Corgi in Great Britain. I may glue back the horse that's broken, but I don't know. Or maybe it is only one. Because this one's only got one too. And this one's got a bunch of stuff on it. Again, also Corgi, made in England. I took a chance with these because you know I bought those matchbooks from the, or matchbooks, those Matchbox cars by Lesney for $6 at one of my local thrift stores. Here's another one. Oh, you know what? Maybe there is two because look, it's just a hole. So I'm sure you could just push that right back in there. Or maybe I'll have to glue it. I'll just include it. Again, Corgi. So I got those, and then here is another one of the pieces to go on top. So that's all that was in there. Again, I'll look these up, and I'll see what they go for. Okay, so this next group of items cost me $15, so I got... I'll show you what I got, and then I'll explain. So, I don't even remember what the first thing is that I found. So I found this keychain, and it's a vintage plastic Hawaii surfboard. It's still got the original tag on it from a place called Coco Joe's back in the day. So I thought that was really, really cool. And I just thought it was really cool. It's like a heavy plastic. I think that just says Coco Joe's on the bottom. Yep, Coco Joe's, and this is made here in the United States. So that's just a junk jar piece, even though it's not really considered junk to me. This is a souvenir piece, but I really liked it. It's a girl riding a horse, and if I can't say what or read what that says, I'm sorry. I may have to take it away from the camera. It says, Crazy Horse, Black Mill, South Dakota. I'll link it right in here so that way you all can see what it says, because it's hard to read. I can read Crazy Horse, that's about it. That was probably a necklace, judging by that little hole right here. Or maybe a keychain, maybe. So again, I'll link what it says right in here so you guys can make out what it says. But that's another junk jar item. This is probably going to be for resale. It's a Tough Line Series T truck, heavy gauge metal truck. In the box, it has the Kmart sticker on it for 46 cents. So it doesn't have a barcode on it. I think this might do okay, even if it's like $15, that's still pretty good for something that I paid probably less than $1 for, just a little over $1 for. Now this is a little controversial, but I didn't think it was too bad because there's nothing really offensive on it in terms of like words or anything. This is a piece of paper ephemera. It's advertising gold dust soap. And it's just got two little girls looking inside of a pot that I think they had just cleaned, or that one of them is cleaning. And this is right here. This is the Fairbanks fishing powder soap, the world's best cleanser. This is older, so I thought that was definitely really interesting. So that'll probably just go into my ephemera book. But I liked it. I like the graphics on it, for sure. So this, again, is another junk jar item. I thought it was really, really cool. I don't see... Oh, maybe there's a mark here. I'll look at it later. It's a charm bracelet, and it's got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs on it. I just thought that that was super, super cool. It's got a mark for WD, which stands for Walt Disney. So I thought that was definitely neat. Again, that's probably just a junk jar item, and even still, that's pretty cool. I may look it up just to see if it's anything special. I highly doubt it is, but I just thought it was neat and different. Now these I'm contemplating keeping because I think they are really, really cool. I found some Enesco blue and green peacock salt and pepper shakers. How stinking cool are these? I love the tie-dye look of them. I would definitely date them to the 60s for that matter, but I just thought they were so cool. And they could go in a nautical themed room too because of the colors. If I don't break them. Now the last item that I got from this person is probably, again, one of the coolest that I've gotten. It's an ashtray, but it's got kind of like a carnival horse on him. It's luster, and I do like certain luster pieces. I'm not really big on some of the like Noritake Nippon stuff. If I find that stuff cheap and it's worth something, I'll sell it. But this is the kind of luster that I like. This just has Japan on it, probably from the 30s or the 40s. I just think it's really, really cool, and it's in really good condition for its age. So I just thought he would be so cool to display. And you can put coins in them. You don't have to smoke cigarettes to enjoy this piece. So I thought that was very, very cool. Ooh, pardon the glare there. So these two magazines cost me $2, so $1 a piece. One is for Redbook, which is a magazine for young adults. That one's from August of 1951. The one on the right is a Photoplay magazine from November of 1959, at the height of the Liz Taylor, Eddie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds scandal. The biggest scandal that the media doesn't let Todd Fisher forget, who was the only living survivor of that, or lonely survivor of that whole thing. I find it so funny that, you know, even years after Debbie and Liz made up for that whole thing, the media just could not let it go. Like, it was just one of those weird things where in their own little circle, they made up and, you know, that whole thing happened, and then, you know, the media just didn't let them forget it. Like, it was one of those weird things where the media is just gets on my nerves. Like, look, they made up, can you all just move on to? But yeah, it's interesting to look through these. Again, the images are just fun, and yeah. So I spent $8 on this next group of items here. I'm pretty satisfied with what I got. I did get two vintage Christmas pins. I really like the colors on this bell pin. Very 60s, 70s. It's got a mark for Hong Kong on the back. It's probably a dime store item, but I love it. And this one's really cool too because this one's a stocking. And just overall very fun. I think these will end up in my junk jar because you can't really display these too well with your vintage Christmas stuff. I got this pin, again, another junk jar item. It says, "Meet me at the smoke ring." I just thought that was different, and that's probably not something you would say nowadays because, yeah, times have changed. Just a neat little interesting button. I found this sailboat pin, and of course it's missing some of the paint, but that doesn't bother me because again, it's just a junk jar item. It's got a mark for, I think it's right there, it says JJ on it, which is Johnette Jewelry. I just thought that was fun, and that's actually very patriotic for this time of year, so if you were to wear this, it would fit in perfectly. This was very fun. I was happy to find this. It's like a little plastic locket, and it's got an image of a very, very pretty lady in it. So that again is another junk jar item. No marks on it to say who it was made by, but it may have been just one of those fun little novelty items you picked up at a 5 and dime back in the day. Or it could have been a gumball charm too, but yeah, I like that a lot. And my favorite piece for this haul, or for this lot, is this really, really cool face mug. No cracks or chips. It's got a mark for Czechoslovakia on it. And I just think he's really fun. He would be cool for display for like Halloween. He could be the moon if you wanted him to be. And you have like cats and witches surrounding him. I just thought he was very fun and he was very anthropomorphic. Just overall very fun. So yeah, that is my small little haul for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to know when new videos are posted. All of the links to my social media accounts via Instagram are down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye guys!